Today at Hampton Sip and Paint Kids Paint, we're going to be painting the planets and the stars. Hi, welcome to virtual Sipping and Painting Hampton Kids Paint. My name is Thea and I use she, her pronouns. To paint with me today, you will need some painting materials. If you stop by to say hi and see us at Sipping and Painting Hampton, you may have gotten a kids kit, but you can make your own collection of painting supplies. We will be selling the original copy of the painting that we're making today at the studio, and we also have masks for sale, so check our website for retail hours. For our painting today, you will need the following materials: an apron or old shirt to cover and protect your clothing, a cloth to cover and protect your table, a big, medium, and small paintbrush, a canvas, red, yellow, blue, black, and white paint on a paper plate, an extra paper plate for mixing, paper towels or an old rag to wipe your brushes on, and a jar half filled with water to clean your brushes. Before we get started, I want you to know that you can pause this video at any time and take as much time as you need on pause so that you don't feel rushed. While we are painting, we're going to leave our brushes in the water jar so that the paint doesn't dry on them and we can clean them later. I am going to go through this painting with you step by step. Feel free to make any changes you like to your painting and use your personal creativity. I love it when you make your painting in your own unique way. Today we're going to be painting the planets and stars. So if you got a templated canvas, it will look like this. If you didn't, make sure you draw 1, 2, 3, 4 circles, a star, and some ovals around your circles for your planets. So I'm going to take my big brush, swish it around in the water jar just to get it wet to start, and blot it on my paper towel. And then I'm going to take some black paint with that big brush and just paint the whole background black, because we want the night sky to really sparkle. And it's okay if you mix a little bit of water with your paint, and it's okay if it drifts, because you can paint this on in more than one layer. I'm going to paint the whole background black, and then I'm going to let it dry. I'm also going to go all the way around the edges because my canvas is a little bit thick here. You might have a canvas like this. If you do, paint all the way around the edges. And we'll get the whole thing painted black. And that's just my big brush and black paint to start with. And it doesn't matter, you can go up and down or side to side with your brush strokes in any direction you like, as long as it ends up being covered with the black paint. Oh, I forgot that far side because I couldn't even see it from where I am sitting. Make sure you get the far side and the bottom edge as well. Okay. And once that is all black, then I'm just going back and forth with these brush strokes and up and down. But once you have it painted in all black, you can pause this video and let that dry. Once your black paint is dried, we can start to paint the planets. So I'm going to take my mixing paint plate and I'm going to mix white paint with my medium brush. So I'm putting a little bit of white paint on that plate. And then I'm going to get a little bit of yellow paint on the plate and a touch of blue paint. And mix that all around until I have a nice green. So yellow, blue, and white all together to make a nice green. And that's with my medium-sized brush. Or you can use a small brush if you prefer that. I'm just using this little 1/2-inch medium brush. And then I'm going to paint a big circle for my planet up here in the upper left-hand corner, just spiraling around, making a nice big circle
for my big planet up in the upper right hand side. And that is pale green. It's white and yellow and blue all mixed together on my mixing plate with my medium-sized brush and making a nice big circle in the upper left-hand corner. Next, I'm going to clean that brush off by swishing it around in the water jar. And I'm going to blot that on the paper towel to get all the extra water out of the brush. We want to make sure we get the brushes nice and dry between colors. Next, I'm going to pick some white paint up and put that on my mixing plate. And then some red paint. And then I'm going to clean off that brush again, swish that around in my water jar, and pick up a little bit of yellow and mix that in to get a nice orange on my mixing plate. So that's white and yellow and red mixed together. And then I'm going to make a smaller circle beneath my big green planet that's made of orange paint. So this is a smaller circle. I'd say it's about the size of an Oreo cookie. Beneath my yellow planet. And that one is made of orange. Sometimes you might see the night sky through the paint, and it's okay to let that dry and come back and put another layer of paint over it to make it less see-through. Next, I'm going to put a little bit of white paint with my clean brush on my mixing plate, and then a little bit of red paint, followed by the blue paint to mix myself up a nice light purple. I think I need a little more blue in my purple there. There we go. And then on the lower right hand side of my canvas, I'm going to make a purple planet. Just a circle made out of purple. And I am using a medium-sized brush for this, but you can use a smaller brush if you prefer. Got little drips. Sometimes the paint drips, and that's okay. You probably are working on a table, so maybe you don't have trouble with it dripping. Mine is upright on this easel, so it's gotten a little drippy. Next, I'm cleaning that brush off in the water jar, and I'm going to get some yellow paint and white and mix that together. So I'm going to take my, let's see, I think I'm going to mix them with my medium-sized brush because I need a lot of paint. So I'm going to get white paint and yellow paint and mix that together on my mixing plate. And then I can make a star in the upper right-hand corner. I'm just going to make a star using straight lines. So first we'll make two lines like a triangle that meet at the top, or an upside down V, and then coming off of the bottom line I want to come off at a diagonal and cross over my second line, and then cross underneath my top peak of my star and connect the last two lines to make a star. And then we can fill that in with our yellow paint. And that was with my little small brush. Little star shining up in our night sky. Now you can stop this video and let your paint dry, and then we can paint in the rest of the details. Next, I'm going to paint in my rings around my planets. So I'm taking a clean little brush and I'm dipping it in the white paint, and I'm going to go around the left side of my big green planet with the letter C. It almost looks like a teacup handle. And then I'm going to go around the right side, opposite that, with the letter D. You see those? And then I'm just going to take the bottom part of my letter C and go all the way across with a line to my letter D, to the bottom. Just a straight line in there. And it's okay if it's a little wider than your handles on the side. There we go. Now we have a ring around our green planet. Let's do one around the purple planet too. So here again, making the letter C on the left-hand side of that purple planet and the letter D on the right-hand side. And then I'm going to go all the way across with my little skinny brush and white paint and connect the bottom of those lines together. Let's add one more detail. I think our night sky needs some stars, so I'm going to use the handle of that brush. I'm going to dip the handle of the brush in the white paint, and I'm going to tap little stars using the handle all over the black part of my sky. Make some close together and some far apart, some big and some small. You can group them in 2s and 3s, but that will speckle little distant stars all over your little starry universe. You could even make some around the sides of your canvas if you want to. It's your universe. Make it however you want. When you're done, be sure to leave your brushes in the water jar. Before I decide I'm done, I think I want to make that one little red planet that's in between the orange and purple planets. So I'm going to put that right in here, mixing a little bit of white paint in with my red paint. Just a little circle between those two. I thought it needed one more detail. You put in any details you like in your painting, and when you decide that you're done, you can be finished painting for the day.
That completes the directions for this painting. Take a step back and look at the whole thing. Take your time and add any personal details or change the painting however you like. Use as much time as you need to paint until you are happy with your painting. When you decide that you are done, let it dry and be sure to clean your brushes carefully with soap and water. We're glad you could join us here today at Virtual Sipping and Painting Hampden. If you stop by the studio and see us to say hello, be sure to bring your original painting and to show us. And you can also pick up a new kit for your next painting for kids or adults. Check our website at www.sippingandpaintinghampden.com for our upcoming schedule. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Hampden Sip and Paint, and like this video. Leave us your comments or suggestions below and email us a photo of your painting at hamptonsipandpaint@gmail.com. And if you like this video, please drop a tip in the virtual Venmo tip jar at Ehrnstein Arts. And again, thank you for painting with us at Virtual Sipping and Painting Hampden Kids Paint.
Thank you for painting the planets and the stars with me.